So good afternoon, everyone. Maz is okay here. Southeastern governors banned the movement of herdsmen in the southeast, and at the same time they approved joint A operation in the east. So welcome once more. This is Njinji Media Channel. So as you guys know, last week the southeastern governors, that was on Saturday, they had a meeting in Enugu. So this meeting was conveyed by the governor of Enugu State, that is Enugwu, Mr. Ugwuanyi, and under the chairmanship of David Umahi, the Ebonyi State governor. So in that meeting, the southeastern governors, the 5 of them, banned the movement of cows, interstate movement of cows in the whole of Southeast. Now on the security side, they've equally approved that there should be a joint air operation in the Southeast. Now on the security side, once more, the Southeastern governors approved a joint air operation to flush out bandits operating in forests within the region. Now, it is to be commended that Ugwuanyi pioneered, this meeting, and he championed it, and equally the establishment of forest guard, which he did indeed push. Now, in the meeting, equally as we learned, the aviation ministers assured that a standard reconstruction of Enugu Airport runway would occur. We thank God that this is beginning to look nice within the southeast. It appears that the fear of IPO, or basically the fear of getting the Nuremberg treatment, is prompting them too. The governors of Southeastern Geopolitical Zone on Saturday rose from an extended meeting with the Minister of Aviation, Senator Hadi Sirika, representing the Minister of Works, Head of Security Agencies at the national, zonal and state level. Equally, the management of FAN, that's the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, the President General for Ala-Igbo, that's Chief Nyamodo, Professor Bat Nnaji, among others, and they all resolved to commence a joint air operation to flush out bandits from all forests in the southeast, and to make it a continuous one. So it's not going to be something that is going to, in their statement or communique, which you can find equally attached here, the governors also restricted the interstate movement of herdsmen and their cows, as well as foot movement of cows and herdsmen from communities to communities across farmlands in Igbo nation. And this is a very wonderful and excellent development, as some of us will classify that. Some of us have argued for the total ban on open grazing, but this is equally, if implemented, now with a very big caveat here, if implemented, would as well be part of, be a very wonderful thing that's going to happen. But as it is now, let's wait. It's a question of, implementation. Now, in a communique issued at the end of the meeting, which was attended by Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State, David Umahi of Ebonyi State, Chairman of the forum, he doubles as the Chairman of the Governors Forum, Willie Obiano of Anambra State, Right Honorable Emeke Hedioha of Imo State, and Deputy Governor of Abia State, Right Honorable Ude Okochukwu. The forum commended Governor Ugwuanyi for being the first to commence the operation of forest guards in the southeast. Now, it is in its early days, so we don't know how, I have personally been a proponent of forest guard anyway, but at least it's good that the governor is launching that now. Let us give it at least a period of maybe a month or two, 2 to see how active and how effective that could be. One of the far-reaching decisions they got there was that the governors ban herdsmen who move about with AK-47 guns and cutlasses, and asked security agencies in their various states to ensure the implementation of these resolutions. Now, they used the same opportunity in that same meeting to speak about the Operation Python dance. You know, if you guys remember, IPOP has been accusing them of being brain behind the Operation Python dance. And they said that on Operation Python dance, the Southeast Governors Forum, through its chairman, Governor Umahi, who read out the communique, said that they never invited the army, nor were Southeast governors informed of the Operation Python dance until the operation were already started in the East. Now, I think probably, guys, let's cut them some slack, in as much as we collectively do not believe that we have good representation from these guys. But anyone who knows Buhari will know that Buhari doesn't need your approval or attention for him to do something that he considers, you know, it's in the best interest of him and his government. So in this case, you know, it's Buhari does whatever he wants, whether they approve it or not. Now, the governors equally agreed to write the president, that is President Muhammad Buhari, for a meeting with him and all the service chiefs on security to douse tension in the region. I mean, this is very welcoming. However, it is to note that equally within this security apparatchik, you know, governing or rather providing security to the nation, no Igbo person from the Southeast heads any agency. So that is equally to be on record. Now, on the closure of the Enugu International Airport, that is the Akanibiam International Airport, the governors disclosed that the Minister of Aviation assured them in that meeting that the airport will be reconstructed to meet Abuja International Standard, adding that the runway repairs and other renovation works will be completed by December this year. That's December 2019. That means that airport will be closed for about 3.5 months to 4 months. However, as I speak to you today is Monday, the 2nd of September. I have spoken to people, at least 2 people at the airport this morning. There is no way, no work has started there, so we do not know. And we've checked the Federal Airport Authority website. There is no way. I remember last week I gave them a tweet asking them if they can release the timeline for the airport repair, but up until now they haven't, you know, responded to my tweet, and they haven't given us a clear guideline. But in that meeting, according to the Minister of Aviation, they've told the Southeast leaders that this is going to be done by, you know, December 2019. That's in a couple of months. Now, the Southeast governors further disclosed that the Sam Bakwe International Airport will be given a facelift to accommodate the flights that will be diverted from Enugu to Owerri Airport. We hope that, you know, the level of facelift they're going to give this Owerri Airport is going to be something similar to what they did in Kaduna when Abuja was closed for about 6 weeks. Now, at the same time, they acknowledged that the safety reasons given by the aviation minister for the closure of Enugu Airport and stated that they support the closure of Akanibiam International Airport in order to save lives of our people and our visitors, because the picture painted in that meeting about the airport is really a horrendous one. It's a gloomy picture. Therefore, everyone agreed. They therefore agreed that the palliative measure and security measures to be worked out between FAN, the Ministry of Aviation, and Southeast governors, security agencies, to ease out inconveniences and to make the route safe through a joint committee. So invariably, what it means that these, people are going to work together to make sure that going between Enugu and Owerri, Enugu and Port Harcourt, that passengers will be provided with a lot of security. Okay, and if that happens, I think that is going to be a very wonderful, thing to happen. At the same time, the Southeast governors and the security agencies are to, the security agencies within their regions are to patrol all the routes leading to where flights will be diverted from Enugu, and also provide escorts to all travelers to the airport. And that's what they've said in their communique. Now, consequently, the governors constituted 2 committees to interface the Ministry of Aviation, that is Ministry of Aviation, FAN, security agencies, and Federal Ministry of Works. Now, on one of those, group constituted, one is that Major General Ebel Obi Omahi, retired, Captain Awa Ogu, retired, IGP, that's Inspector General of Police, retired, Onovo, Obunno Onovo, CP Ikechukwu Aduba, Raymond Nkemderim were inaugurated as the chairman and members of Joint Security Committee, respectively, to be located in Enugu. It is, again, a wonderful news. Again, it remains to be seen how the action plays out, but at least it is a wonderful news for some of us to note that for once, we are bringing those, the retired police officers, the military personnel, their wealth of experience has been, we are going to hopefully utilize them in order to get somewhere. Now, Mazezoke here. This is what has happened. Now, my analysis here. I couldn't attend that meeting for obvious reasons. Now, however, one of my own, that's Charles Obu, was part of that meeting, and he reported back as follows. Now, Charles Obu stated that he attended an expanded closed-door meeting of the Southeast Governors Forum, where 2 items topped the agenda last Friday. That's the 29th, the last Saturday of August. Now, he said, there are 2 major updates here, and those updates are anchored on 2 fronts. One is security, and the other is the Enugu International Airport. According to Charles Obu, he said in attendance were the Southeast governors, with the exception of Abia State, who was represented by his deputy, as noted before, the representatives of all the security chiefs in the country, plus the Southeast Police Commissioner, that is the Honorable Minister of, also the Honorable Minister of Aviation, Hadi Sirika, and the representative from Federal Ministry of Works, FEMA, and Federal Airport Authority, FAN, the leadership of Ohoneze, and a 5-man delegation from an Igbo group, Enugwu, to which Charles Obu belongs to. Now, he attended the meeting as the secretary of Enugwu delegation. In that same meeting was Professor Bat Nnaji, former Minister of Power, was also in attendance. So I think, again, the meeting really was, really expanded, so to say. Now, for obvious reason, according to Charles Obu, he said that the issue of security that formed part of that meeting, that he's not willing to discuss that in the social media. I agree. But in the communique, the details of the air patrol is not given, and we don't want that to be given. All we want is for them to do the needful and protect everyone. Now, Charles Obu continues. He says, any country which is theoretically a federal system, but which is structured in a way that a whole state governor, elected by his people, has to seek and secure the permission of the president, who is the commander-in-chief, in faraway Abuja, before he can protect the lives, properties of his people, is, basically a walking lie. And I agree with him here, because it shows you that the system doesn't work, and it shows you that the system is basically nothing but a unitary system. How can you, before you protect your people, you are being called the chief security officer of your state, but in order to, grant protection, in order to protect your people, you have to go back to Abuja, because whatever they've decided now, the implementation of the air patrol is going to be done by the military, probably the 82 Division Enugu, and the foot soldiers that are going to be the police are controlled from Abuja, and the same police at the same time equally have their commissioners of police, the CPs. All these CPs in the southeast, none of them is from the southeast. So you can see that something is fundamentally wrong with this union. Okay, so let me get back to this. So according to Charles, he said that he attended the meeting specifically to get concrete information from governors and the Minister of Aviation, basically, and Farmer, and Federal Airport Authority as well, on the status of the airport, and that is where personally, again, my interest lies there, because Enugu State or Enugu Airport remains the only airport in the southeast. So that's clearly why I am interested, and a lot of us are interested in that, because that is the only way exit, from the southeast. Now, according to the aviation minister, the Enugu State runway is just bad. According to him, it's not just bad, it is too small, with poor underground drainage, and for this reason it's not to be repaired, but it will completely be redesigned and reconstructed with underground drainage, with underground drainage system, night landing light. Holy moly, this is the one that, if done, people, if this is done, night landing facilities. Do you know what that means? That will mean, if it is done, holy moly, I can't believe this. Let me not get too excited, but if ever, for over 6 years, I've been shouting my head off to have night landing facilities in Enugu. The day that is done, my people, Enugu can compete with Port Harcourt and can compete with Abuja and Lagos. That means not only Ethiopia that comes around 12 o'clock in the afternoon will come, it means that airlines that equally come at night, like Turkish, British Airways, Lufthansa, Air France, all will come. Now, there is another caveat here, and another very, very good angle to this. This says that for this reason, it's not just to be repaired, but completely redesigned. And there is another good part here. He says that night landing will be, installed here, and the contract for this will be handled by Julius Berger, and they will work day and night to ensure that this is done, and the airport to be reopened by December. I pray that for once in this nation called Nigeria, that we will ever get something to be done on time and on schedule. Now, do you know my worry, Mazezoke, here? This is my personal opinion. Because I have spoken to people today, being 2nd of September in Enugu, yet I cannot see, and there is no sign of anything happening. Honestly, I want to be proven wrong. I want to be proven wrong that Mazezoke is wrong, that the airport will open in December. If not, we're in a big mess. Because honestly, airport that is going to be opened in December, the contract has not been awarded. Nothing appears to be happening there. How do we get this? I don't know. Now, as they promised, that for now, that Owerri is going to be, basically, like I said before, going to get a facelift, and the palliative works should be done on the roads. And that is the only thing I think I can confirm to us. At least on Friday, work is going on those roads, to do palliative measures in order not to slow people down as such. Now, Equally, the southeastern governors will provide all necessary assistance to the aviation ministry. I mean, when you talk about assistance is normally nothing else than money, because that's what they love to hear. So you provide all the necessary assistance, and the Minister of Works and his team and individuals to be selected by the governors to monitor the nature, progress, and as well as the quality of work done until that work is committed. So now, if you remember, when Abuja was, like I said before, when Abuja was closed for maintenance and flights were diverted to Kaduna, the federal government, through the aviation ministry, paid the sum of 350 million to two well-known transport companies to provide palliatives to Abuja, and that was done. And these companies provided these, palliatives and protection for passengers. Now, the minister agreed to extend the same services to passengers affected in Enugu by the closure. But for now, the contract is yet to be signed officially. At least we do not have any official signed contract for this. The minister said that he wouldn't, that won't be a problem, as he intends using emergency fund for the project. But which emergency fund are we talking about? He was reminded, all this, still, he insisted he would deliver by December. Now, it is a question of the Igbo nation versus the Minister of Aviation. So let us see. I personally do not trust anything that they say, but the good thing is that for the first time, the southeastern governors appear to be living up to the reason why we have elected them. We've been calling for them to, ban total movement of cows in the southeast. And they've done that. That means cows can no longer move from Enugu to Ebonyi or from Abia to Anambra. Trailers have to move the cows, get to their destinations. Once they get to their destinations, they can now, go to the abattoir. Okay, so these are the updates that I have for you. This is Mazezoke once more. Please subscribe to the channel and peace out.
This is your favorite station, Njinji Media TV. Follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram